Good morning, everyone. Ooh, new Carpy is orange. Happy Sunday. I just figured you might appreciate full screen ducks as they all parade in. And we choose which one we're going to follow around for the day. Or I guess I choose which one we're going to follow around for the day. I guess it helps if I actually open chat, eh? Probably so. But yes, good morning. Welcome to Somehow Another Sunday. My chair is creaky, but this is fine. It matches the rest of me. But yes, I am here for hexagon sewing and coffee drinking and ducks and a D&D recap at the top of the next hour. And probably board games at some point, as is tradition. Coffee. I see that Kuma has resubscribed. I can't see the number from here. I'm waiting for chat to open still. But thank you, Kuma. Much appreciated. I think that says Kuma. Squinting from here. Oh no, that might say Kitsune. Well, it's suspenseful. We'll have to wait and see how long it takes my laptop to open Twitch. I should have gotten my ducks in a row before now, but you know how it goes. It's a Sunday morning. I'm lucky I was able to get those ducks in a row. We're getting there. Almost there. There we go. It was Kitsune. Resubscribed for the 36th month. Good lord. Yeah, 3 years. Merlin pointed that out during my Friday stream, and that is bonkers. But thank you so much. Thank you for the support for 3 whole years. That's incredible and ridiculous, but thank you. Duckployment. I love that. Deployment of the ducks. Duckployment. Perfect. Hey Kite. Hey Kara. Hi Elrad. And Kitsune. Thank you. But yeah. So D&D recap in T-minus 49-ish minutes. And until then, we'll get with the hexagoning. I need this. I need thread. Probably. Yes. Almost definitely. This is how sewing works. Oh, I have another fun announcement. So, not sure of the exact start date yet, because we're still kind of gathering things together. But a group of us are organizing a multi-world randomizer of the type you may have seen other streamers and content creators doing. And I will be participating. This is the first time I've ever done one. I'm going to be doing some testing this afternoon just to make sure I have everything like set up correctly. And then my plan is to stream my part of it. And I'm going to be playing Stardew Valley. Because I've played a fair amount of Stardew Valley. I know enough about it that I can make my way through it while unlocking things. And I've never actually played it on stream before. Um, so TBD, not sure quite when it will start. Like I said, we're still kind of pulling things together and getting participants. But once it's all organized and up and running, I will be streaming that, probably trying to do it several nights a week. Just because other people are relying on my progress. So I want to make sure I'm doing at least some. And I may not stream every play session, but I'll try to stream quite a bit of it. The compromise is I may not do a face cam. We'll see. We'll figure it out. And we won't be completely abandoning Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I'll still try to do Pokemon Mystery Dungeon probably like one night a week, because I do still really want to play that as well. And theoretically, the randomizer won't take too long, just kind of until everybody collectively has beaten or mostly beaten their games, or until we kind of collectively run out of steam, whichever comes first. Haha, steam. So yeah, stay tuned for that. That'll be fun. That'll probably be starting in a couple weeks, probably, depending on how long it takes us to pull together. Oh, so what is a multi-world randomizer? Okay, good point. Let me actually count through so I can get started. 2, 3. This early in the morning, I cannot talk and count at the same time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one. Okay. So a multi-world randomizer. So a randomizer is, I've actually played a randomizer on this channel before. So a couple of years ago, I played a randomized version of Pokemon Platinum, where I had customized it so that all of the Pokemon locations were shuffled around, so you could find Pokemon in places where they wouldn't normally be, and all of the items were shuffled around, so all of the items were in different places than what they would normally be. And there were settings built in to make sure I couldn't get stuck. So like if I needed an item to get into a building, that item wasn't going to suddenly be inside that building, because then I'd be stuck, right? So most randomizers have settings built in to make sure you can't get yourself completely stuck. So I've done that, and that was a lot of fun. A multi-world randomizer takes that a step further, and basically it randomizes it through multiple versions of the game. So say it's actually not compatible with Pokemon, but with Pokemon Platinum, but just for the sake of argument, say I was going to play Pokemon Platinum, and Kitsune was going to play Pokemon Platinum, and Kara was going to play Pokemon Platinum. We could basically hook all those games together and have the items randomized through all 3 games. So I might check an item ball in my game, but oh wait, actually that's not my item, that's an item for Kara. So once I pick it up in my game, it would actually send it to Kara. And then maybe, Kitsune picks up an item in her game, and it turns out that that's an item for me, so it gets sent to my game. What we're going to be doing is actually even a step further from that. There's a software that's been developed called Archipelago that actually supports that kind of randomization across separate games. So I'm going to be playing Stardew Valley. I think Amari is going to be playing Pokemon Red, which is supported. I think Rubik is going to play Hollow Knight. I think somebody else was looking at like Dark Souls. So we'll all have our own different games, completely different games, and we'll all have our settings files for like, here's what we want done to our particular game. So like, for instance, my Stardew game, I've got it so that I've kind of customized it to the way that I play Stardew a little bit. So for instance, all of the crops are randomized. So I'm going to start the game with all of the crops locked. And I have to wait for people to find my seeds in other games and send them to me before I can unlock crops. However, fish are not randomized because I hate fishing and probably won't be doing a lot of it. So the fish are just going to behave as they normally would. So everyone will have that kind of a settings file for their own particular games. And one person will gather them all up, basically feed them into Archipelago, and Archipelago will set up a server that everyone connects to. And so now when I pick up an item in Stardew Valley, or I buy an item from a shop, it might not be for me. It might be something that Rubik needs in Hollow Knight, so it'll get sent over to him. And, you know, if Amari is tootling around in Pokemon Red and they pick up an item ball, it might be my parsnip seeds that I need in Stardew, so it'll get sent back to me. So it's very interesting and very reliant on other people, which is why I want to be trying to play it quite a bit once we actually get started, because I don't want other people to get stuck because something might be sitting in my game waiting for me to unlock it for them. So it's gonna be really interesting. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be fun. Typically, you might all try to play at the same time so that you're all kind of unlocking things in real time for each other. But given our group of people is wildly spread out across time zones, that's almost definitely not going to happen. So we'll just kind of each play when we're able to, and then unlocks will kind of sit and wait for the next person to log on. Again, which is why I want to try to be playing fairly frequently to be getting unlocks for people. But yeah, it is going to be an interesting time. I've also got it set so that my seasons are locked. So I'll start out in one random season, and that's the season it will be forever until the other seasons get unlocked for me. So that'll be a fun twist too, especially if I'm stuck in a season where all of the seed unlocks I'm getting are for other seasons. So that'll be fun. But yeah, it'll be really interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing how it works out. But yeah, as soon as I know when I'll be starting that up, I'll let you know. Like I said, probably not for a week or two here, but stay tuned, because that'll be a heck of a thing. And I'll put the VODs up too, of course, so you'll be able to watch it after the fact. But I feel like it's going to be a heck of a thing. And now that I know how to do it, Kara, if you ever want to try one, I think I can just set up like a small one between like just you and I, or like you and I and Jade, or like whoever wants to hook in and play one. The only thing is that once it's set up, you can't change it later. Like, I can't just add somebody in when we're halfway through. It kind of all gets generated at the beginning, so then it's set. But yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. And you can use the Archipelago website and software to randomize single games as well. Like if you just want to play something yourself, similar to what I did with Pokemon Platinum. I didn't actually use Archipelago at that time. There's a specific Pokemon randomizer that got developed that I used, but it's the same sort of idea. If you just want to play a single player game, you can feed it through Archipelago and have Archipelago calculate all of the randomness, and then it'll spit out the file for you to apply to your game and use. It's a little bit more complicated than that. You'd have to go through and read. They have like setup guides and things for how to actually achieve it. And to be honest, I don't fully understand all of it myself. I just know that it works. Hey, Dobby, good morning. Tuning in from the train home. Well, welcome. I love trains. Trains are so chill. I've taken the train down to Toronto a couple times as an alternative to driving, and it's so nice. I wish the rail network in Canada and North America in general was better. Two. Because it's such a nice way to get from place to place. Way nicer than planes, in my opinion. Hey Merlin, good morning. Good morning and welcome. Oh, Merlin, I meant to message you. We found Watkins. Don't panic. We found Watkins. We're pretty sure they're fine. We haven't actually gotten to them yet, but we know where they are. Yeah, I was gonna say, technically we haven't found him yet, we just know where he is. I'll get to the full details in the D&D recap, but basically we got into a combat and then the combat went a bit long, so we ended like right at the end of the last round of combat, so we haven't even done like the usual like cleanup and investigation and stuff yet. So at the top of next session we will be able to find Watkins. Glint knows, yeah, exactly. Glint knows where Watkins is. She passively perceived him. So yeah, there will be a full D&D recap in about half an hour. I'm gonna try to stick to my usual 11 a.m. start time just because I know some people try to tune in for that. But just in case you can't stay that long, I just wanted to let you know we did find Watkins. Ah, baseball has started. So you've been at the ballpark most Sundays and you're on your way home from the park. Oh, nice. A quick game? I hope it was a good game. I do like baseball. Baseball's, if I was gonna watch a sport, baseball and soccer are probably the ones that I would watch. (7-0) stomp by the home team wasn't that interesting of a game. Boo, that's too bad. Hopefully maybe at least the weather was nice. The weather's only just starting to get really nice here. It's been fairly wet and chilly for the last week or so. We're getting like, we're in that terrible transition period where we're getting like one day of nice spring weather and then it immediately turns like gross and cold again. I would just like it to warm up more consistently, please. Can we send your weather here? We can try, but I think mostly you send your weather here. Usually anything that's coming like through Michigan and Toronto then comes up and hits us. Yeah, you can have plenty of rain kits. You can have all of the rain. Had a nice warm week last week and now it's rain and cold again. Yeah, that sure is the spring vibes for the Northern Hemisphere. For most of the Northern Hemisphere. Weather was quite nice. Oh, nice. Good. Today was gray and windy, though fortunately dry. Oh, that's good. Wet baseball is just sad. I've played a few wet softball games in my day, and it's just sad. Fortunately, baseball, softball is a game that listens to the weather and stops when rain gets bad. Yeah. Generally on account of lightning risks. If there's lightning about, you don't really want to be the one 6 foot tall person standing in the middle of a completely flat field. Not even lightning risks, just rain is enough to delay games. That's fair. I guess you don't really want to be trying to run the bases in actual mud. Because then that gets a bit dangerous for other reasons. But mud wrestling baseball could be a very interesting hybrid sport. I feel like the players would need slightly different uniforms, though. baseball's interesting. I'm generally fairly ambivalent to sports, but if I was going to sit down and watch a game, it would probably be baseball. Or soccer, like I said. And soccer is just because my brother played it for years and years, so I actually kind of know what's going on in a game. And baseball is just kind of fun. Most other sports I wouldn't bother to watch. I think my dice is broken. I keep rolling the same two numbers. It is a D12. But apparently right now all that exists on it is an 8 and a 2. Should join a hockey watch along. I should at some point. They keep happening at times when I'm busy. Or just too tired to socialize. They're generally happening either right before or like right as I'm going to bed. We're all silent in voice, just some slight text chatting. That's fair. What, we don't have Julie just like commentating like a sports announcer? Where's the fun in that then? As a note, that was a joke. For legal reasons, this was a joke. Yes, exactly. Yeah, no, absolutely her health comes first. I know she's been having a bit of a rough time of it lately. a different number. That's a 1. Slight text chatting in this case defined as 1,000 plus unread messages the next day sometimes. Yeah, it's fine. Just mark the channel as read and move on. Sometimes it do be like that. Oh yeah, true. Sometimes there's multiple games in an evening. One more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, one more. Reminder that I'll be starting the D&D recap in 10-ish minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. So if you need to get up, use the bathroom, grab more drinks, etc., you should do so. Kara, reminder that you have tea. I made her a cup of tea last night and she just completely forgot about it. Although, to be fair, I didn't tell her she didn't ask for tea. I got up, made her a cup of tea. But when I set it down beside her, I swear I caught her eye and was like, tea. And she was like, oh. And then she just completely forgot about it and failed to drink it. So, Kara, this is your reminder that you have tea. Although, to be fair, I did set it down beside you when you were on the phone, so I guess it's fair that it completely slipped your mind.